Alright, I'm back. The streaming ended earlier. Alright, let's take a look at the solution. From Lee 215, he's back. Okay, we first record the delta change in the map D, then we sweep the vertex I of segments from small to big, and we accumulate the delta change. For each segment, we push its value to result res. I don't understand anything. D is default dict. IJC in segments, di plus equal to c, dj minus equal to c. Huh? Okay. Result, I equals 0 for j in sorted D, default dict, sorted just. Oh, hold on. So we are talking about starting position and end position. We sort all of them. No way. No. You gotta be kidding me, right? If di and then dj plus equal to di, I equals to. Wait, what the hell? What are you talking about? This is magic. Hold on. So what we're saying is we get the starting point and end point. We get both into a dictionary, okay? And for each starting point, we're gonna add the color. For each end point, we're gonna minus the color, okay? Then we sort this entire thing, right? This entire thing, and then coming out, I'm gonna start with 0, right? And di, because there's not 0, the di is not gonna go. So dj plus equal to di. Wait, hold on. What the hell? So everything. You know what? Examples. Let's go ahead. 145. Right. So this is 145. It's 477 and 179. Okay, 179. So what we're saying is we're gonna take all these out. So 1 at position 1, we're gonna plus c plus 5, right? And at 4, position 4, we're gonna minus 5. And at position 4, we're gonna plus 7, which now become 2. And at position 7, we're gonna minus 7. And at position 1, we're gonna plus 9. That's 14. And at position 7, we're gonna plus 9, which give us 2, right? 14, yeah. Then we have 147. So at position 1, yeah, we add these two. At position 4, right? At position 4, we add 7 and we minus 5. Okay, we add 7 to minus 5 at position 4 because it doesn't belong to the first one, right? But it belongs to the second one. Okay, and at position 7, we're gonna plus 9. No. At position 7, that's actually minus. But position 7 is minus 7, and a minus is minus 16. At position 7 is minus 16. Okay, so now I go into it. So the dj, first one come out as 1, right? So dj plus equal to di, which is nothing, and I equals j. So now we get the first value, right? Now I equals the smaller value, which is this, okay? Now the second one come out. The second one is the next possible. All right, so What this is saying is, yes, because each color is different, right? So basically, when we mix all the color together, right? When we mix all the color together, it is guaranteed that we will have each individual section is unique. Right? Each individual section is going to be unique. Okay, let's get that out of mind. Each individual section is going to be unique. How does that help us? So the next one come up is 4, right? And we say if di, which is the next one, right? I equals j. I equals j is 1. Next one coming up, di, and we have a j. J is 4. So from I to j is going to be 14. Okay. And once we're done, dj, which is this one, equals plus equal di, that's going to be 16. I equals j, I becomes 4. Going back up, j come out as 7. So 4 to 7 become 16. Right? And we append it, and then dj plus equal to di, which give us 0. What is this? What in the name is this? What? We first record the delta change in the map. Okay, I get it was a delta change. Then we sweep the vertex I of segments from small to big, and we accumulate the delta change. And for each segment, we push its value. What is this method called? What is this? What is this thing? Process tasks using servers. Skyline. I done Skyline, I think, but I forgot. Corporate flight bookings. Wait, what is this? So it's the delta, right? So we're recording the deltas for each segment. The starting position, we say the delta are going to be plus, and the end position, the delta are going to be minus, which makes sense, right? Because the end position, which actually does not make sense. Why do we minus? Because every position can be plus, 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 plus. But the last position is going to be minus. Okay. Okay, the reason we do minus is because when we go into that position, the value, because we say the previous value plus this value. So the previous segment, so we have segments, right? And we are looking at each individual. What we're saying is at each position, we need to find the delta, right? Find the delta. So if there's overlap, right? If there's overlap, right? If this and this overlap, then this is starting position. Then we're gonna add, right? And then that means in this part it's gonna be these two added together. But then in this part is a minus because I add the previous already. So for each for the next section value, we add. So we always add the previous value, because you see that we always add the previous value, right? We always add the previous value because we add the previous value. That means at this position, we need to remove, right? We need to remove, when we set up the dictionary, we need to remove whatever is in the previous value. Otherwise, we're double counting. Okay, so again, so we're going to start with finding all the intersections, right? Find all the intersections. And then if it's a starting point, we're going to add. So that means everything going down, we're going to add. And at the end position, that actually means, think about it this way. Think about it this way. The start means from the start towards eternity, everything going to be add this value. And the end means starting from this position to the end, everything going to minus, to eternity, everything going to minus. So if we think about it that way, then the only segment that have the actual value is from the start to the end. Within this, we have this value, because extending from this, everything is going to be 0. Okay, that's a good model. So starting point all the way to eternity, everything's a plus, and then from any position to eternity, everything is going to do this. Okay, so as we go through every single positions, right, we do this, and then this is going to accumulate the delta value, which is going to be from this position, right, from this position towards the end, how much are we going to add? That could be a positive value, it could be a negative value, doesn't really matter. Okay, that is a prefix. How should I put it? That is a prefix sum. It's the total, and total. Okay, so then when we try to find the difference, the result, we go from every single one. So we have the first one and the second one. Just every single segment need to be included. So the first one, the second segment, so it can't come out. So the value is going to be this value. Is going to be just this value, the di, right? That is going to be the value. That's it, di. And after we finish this, dj, because that is going to be from this towards the end, right? So from this towards the end, not considering the previous. So it'll be like a negative value, whatnot. Hold on, almost there. So this is from start, so everything do plus. This one here to everything need to minus, right? Need to minus. And then once we finish this, we're gonna consider this. We have to add whatever is the previous, because that's the setup. That's the setup. The setup is everything is dependent on adding everything previously, right? So after adding everything previous, what is at this point going to the end? What's that going to be? So after we finish the previous one, we need to add it to it. So now from this next point, we're going to the end. That's going to be the entire added value. Okay, that will come. That we're pointing here. I'll go to the next one, and that is the value, and then we add. Oh, Jesus, mind blown. Seriously. Wow. Is there a name for this? What type of... I mean, if you think about it, segment prefix sum, right, is from the start. So at any position, I know the sum from the start to me, right? That's prefix sum. And this feels like a reverse prefix sum. It's not like a prefix sum. It's, I know the total amount. I know the delta from me towards eternity, right? That is the delta from me towards eternity, the delta. And then every time if we want to find the actual value, then we need well, if we want to find the actual value, it's going to be from the beginning, right? From the beginning to, we have to add. Hold on. Well, the delta is from the current position towards eternity. So that's the delta we compute after going through every every segment, and then we should find the sum of each segment, right? Which is going to be the delta from me towards the end plus, right? So from this to this position, it's just going to be the delta of all of the previous one, all of the previous deltas plus my delta. So if we have I and j, the dictionary di means the delta from I towards eternity, right? That's what each value is. So now if we want to find the sum from I to j, all we need to do is sum up all the deltas from the starting point to I, right? The sum of all of these will be the value of I to j. So with that said, I was not able to solve this. So I checked Lee 215, and here is his solution. This feels like a reversed prefix sum. Basically, we find the delta for each position in segments and put that in a dictionary. D. The definition, so di means the delta value from I towards infinity, right? The delta value from I towards infinity. Thus, to find the sum of segment, I to j, we need to sum up d1, d2, all the way to di. Yeah, that's everything has a delta, everything has to sum up. And that is the algorithm. So we want to use exactly the same way that he wrote it. Yeah, we can use default dict. Let's use the same thing. Default dict. All right. So yeah, d equals to default dict int, right? And then we need to find the deltas. So find the deltas with for ij color in segments. Di will be plus equal to c, and dj will be minus equal to c. So this is the delta from the start of a segment is always positive. And always to add. This is delta from the end of a segment needs to cancel. Delta from the start, such that, yeah, this is a key piece, such that the only segment that has value c is I to j, and all the other segments towards infinity has 0, has value C as 0. All right, so we do this, and once we're done, I'm going to say res equals this, right? And then I is the starting point, and I'm going to say for j in sorted d, so I'll go one by one. Since all colors are unique, we can report all segments, right? All segments. We can report all segments, right? If a segment, so if dj, no, actually if di, right? If di, so if di is 0, that means there is no color there's no color in ij. So if it's not equal to 0, then we can res.append, right? So we know append ij di, right? We can append it. And after that, we need to compute. So ij is done, right? So now we need to compute the value, the actual value, the actual value from j to infinity, which is going to be from j to, not infinity, from j to its next segment, to its next position, right? So next position. So dj will be plus equal to di. Right? Di is the accumulation of all the of d1, d2. Yeah, I can just say di equals to d1 plus d2 plus d3 plus da 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 plus di. So dj pluses, we just sum everything up, right? And after that, I equals new to j, right? So we just swap the starting position. So acquire the starting position of a new segment, and then coming back up, and we check it's good. We keep going on, and then return res at the end. All right, let's see if how does this one go. Yep. I think I read exactly the same, right? Yeah. Oh my God, this is. Oh. I'll put this on Nightmare. This is a good one. Very good one. Man, that's a new way of thinking about things. Wow, it's still slow, huh? 1933. Are there a faster way to do this? 1240. Plus, minus, not the same. But append, no, it's the same. It's the same algorithm. Oh. Very good. Very good. This one go to my list. My God, this is a nightmare. This is my nightmare list. I need to calm down and think about this a little bit deeper. All right, that'll be it. All right, the first foray into 2 questions a day, and we hit a big block, a big brick. Now these intermediate questions these medium questions are different. Right? They're a different breed compared to the previous medium questions. They're pretty tough. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios.